It is a cold rain coming down. It could be a wet and wild one here by the lakeshore as we join you from Cleveland Browns Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Cleveland Browns.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. Boston, the man in motion left.
He's going to handle it on the touch pass.
And shut him through the tackle.
And this is going to be a Steelers first down as he's able to get this up to the 37-yard line.
And that's something you have to get ready for defensively because in today's NFL, teams will use their wide receivers on jet sweeps, end arounds. They'll move them back in the backfield and make them running backs. Partner, this was much more of a tap pass, but effective nonetheless.
And I think both guys love it. If you're a quarterback, it's an easy completion. If you're a wide receiver, you get the easy reception and also a chance to try to make a play with your feet.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Off play action, it's Cunningham. He'll let it fly for Austin. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Trying to find Calvin Austin, but now it's third down. Now look at this Browns defense.
They shoot it. They struggled a little bit against the pass, ranked number 21 in the league.
They'll take that play right there each and every snap because throughout this season, they've given up some big plays. To be able to hold someone to no gain, oh yeah, they'll take that one all game long.
Here's Cunningham from the gun.
That is incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up fourth down.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And that one will skip out of bounds as the linesman will mark this thing right at the 15-yard line.
Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 15. Here's Watson. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. The former Buckeye, Cameron Hayward, just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
He'll get this complete to Tillman. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll make it 3rd and 13. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Third down and 13.
Now it's Watson.
Going out wide, finds Chubb.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. A pretty good mark there. They needed 14. They got 14 on 3rd down. And they'll run it here. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
You look at this Steeler defense.
They come into this one way down at number 23 against the run of the NFL.
And this group talks all the time about wanting to be better, getting stronger against the run. And to me, it all starts up front. You've got to win the line of scrimmage in order to play against the run very well.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb.
He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Dancing to his left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Returnable here from the 38. A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
It's a gain of 25 yards. First down, Pittsburgh.
Here we go, set.
Boston, the man in motion left.
They'll get it forward to him on the touch pass. Loose inside the 30.
And finally taken down at the 15.
Another first down, this time on a gain of 19. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
2nd and 6.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
Here's third and a few inches. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. It's their quarterback. Scoring on the keeper from 6 yards out. And the Steelers post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11.
Up the middle, it's Chubb. And some room to run now. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Gosh, when you've got Deshaun Watson, Charles, executing a run-pass option, that puts the defense in a tough spot, does it not?
It does, and what I liked is that you called me this week, watching your own video, your own tape, and you said, I think the runner's going to pop it for you this week because of what we've seen from Deshaun Watson. His ability to get to the corner, that's where the focus will go.
A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
On 1st down, Watson.
Open man, that's Tillman.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at their 49-yard line.
A give running right is Chubb.
And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Strong. And they move this all the way down to the 9. It's a gain of 35.
I'll be giving up respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through and picking up 1st downs.
They'll run with Chubb.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 40 yards rushing for him now to this point.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. This the most important of them all, 3rd and goal.
Chubb is into the end zone for a Browns touchdown.
For as good as Nick Chubb is in the open field, he's every bit as good when they line him up down near the goal line. He's a speed back between the 20s, but a power back down close, and he forces his way into the end zone.
Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
This is 2nd and 8.
Here's Cunningham. It's brought in by Harris. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and now it's 3rd and 3.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
They'll come up now 3rd and 3.
Now Cunningham.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Steelers first down.
Ready, check.
On 1st and 10, Cunningham.
And he'll get it right back to Washington. Well, these two teams met in Pittsburgh earlier in the year, with the Steelers prevailing in that one. So they'll be looking for the win here in Cleveland to complete the season sweep. And we're at the 41, 2nd and 9.
In motion right is Austin.
And he'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming.
And a fake here, direct snap to the up man. And he's not going to get to the marker. And that's a turnover on downs. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. On 1st and 10, Watson.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Here's Watson. They set up the screen to Chubb. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. Hopkins' kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This is Jakeem Grant. Jakeem Grant now to return. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
The 22-yard line.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
Okay, ready?
On first down, it's Cunningham.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Just work with me a second here, because in my lifetime, seeing how quarterback percentages have changed in throwing the football, I mean, back in the good old days, if you were around 50%, you were doing okay. But now, you need to be 65 to 70% to be considered an elite quarterback. And in this ball game, I feel like we're playing old school, right around 50%.
Yeah, he's under 50%. He needs to start hitting more targets.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here, or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Out of the gun here, it's Cunningham.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown.
Well, Charles, just some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because those halftime adjustments didn't work. The turnover problems continuing here in the second half, and the defense now sitting pretty comfortably as a result of that pick six.
I think that's a great observation too, Brandon, because they did make adjustments at halftime. But how about this other group staying a step ahead despite whatever happened in that other locker room? No surprise they're leading, and it's appropriate. Those defenders got to add to the lead directly.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Harris starts the drive on the ground. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
From the 24 now, here's the 2nd and 8.
A Play fake. Now Cunningham rolling to his right.
Pass complete. George Pickens with it.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
Here we go, here we go.
Cunningham.
Now a short pass pulled in by Washington.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns 16. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Let's go now.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Cunningham looking to throw.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity, because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
Third quarter action. Appreciate you joining us from Cleveland, Ohio. 2nd and 10.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
That's caught. He gets it out to Austin.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn: find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw him feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Cunningham to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Back-to-back great plays defensively. Get the sack on 1st and goal. A great job in coverage there. All of a sudden, they're looking at 3rd and goal from further back than when they started.
And really good play callers look ahead and down and distance sequence. Now he's got to backtrack a little bit and go maybe off his play sheet to try and dial something up here.
The slot man in motion right.
And he'll get it here on the touch pass. Oh, that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss.
On 4th down, Cunningham.
That throw finds Pickens in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers.
A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Steelers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Oh, how about this? No good. Just his 2nd miss of the year, and our score will stay right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
On the return from his end zone is Grant. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know, they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit, because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit, in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
From the gun, here's Watson.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Well, so far on this drive, they've done some good work. They forced incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
A shotgun snap for Watson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with his better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
Now Cunningham. He'll let it fly for Austin.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
Desmond King picks it.
And the Browns are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 16.
He'll start things off with a handoff to Chubb.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
That's on the Pro Bowl guard, Joel Bitonio. Here's Chubb on the read option.
And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. A tackle by Cole Holcomb.
Brings up 2nd down.
On 2nd down, here's Watson. And his throw is incomplete.
Oh, I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw, Watson.
Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Picked off by Joey Porter Jr. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner. And with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You called that pick in early, and he showed why he was so coveted with that interception there. Well, these are the situations that really test the defense, those sudden changes. They're already inside field goal range to start the possession. Their goal now, keep it to a long kick, if indeed they end up trying one.
A good action to this point in the 3rd quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10.
Off play action, it's Cunningham.
And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Here's Cunningham from the gun. And this is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Better than a 30-yard gain as we wind down towards 30 seconds left in the quarter. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A a great effort there. Keeping it himself from a yard out.
And the Steelers have taken the lead here in the final seconds of the third quarter.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And that will make this a 4-point game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
On the return from his end zone is Grant. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started.
In motion right, Peoples-Jones. He's going to handle it on the touch pass.
And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Second and 8 coming from the 19.
From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
On third down, it's Nick Chubb. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Cooper will come in motion right. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. They'll try the air now with Watson. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
T.J. Watt just creating a disaster there for the offense as that one goes 16 yards in the wrong direction. Gonna need something special here on third and long after that sack. What does Watson have in his arsenal?
The play action fake. They'll look to throw.
Now he'll take a shot for Peoples-Jones.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
And he'll take it on this side of midfield. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Off the play fake. Cunningham. He'll let it fly for Austin. And that is incomplete.
Just because you got the lead in the fourth, it doesn't mean you have to play it safe. I like the aggressive play call there to push it downfield. That time, it didn't work out.
2nd and 10.
Harris running straight ahead. And he's got some space here.
And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38.
12 yards that time, and a Pittsburgh first. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge. The offense schemed, going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
Here we go.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Cunningham. It fights him off. Being chased out left. He'll be hit down at the 33. 5 yards on the play.
Kudos for the defense from me on that one because they were prepared the whole way for him to try to escape and hit them for more yardage running it. I like the way they stayed zeroed in on him and kept him contained when he pulled the ball down. I think he was fortunate to get what he did on that one.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this will stay a 4-point game. And this was still going to be a one-score game either way, but still, that's a potentially harmful miss here in the 4th.
It certainly is, because if you consider that now if they give up a touchdown, they give up the lead. So he might be getting the side eye by the defenders coming out on the field now as he goes back to the bench after that miss.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. Their defense was able to hold serve, albeit with a little help from that missed field goal as they settled in now 1st and 10. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Larry Ogunjobi there to make the tackle. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
In motion right, Peoples-Jones. And now a fake on the jet sweep and a give to Chubb. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
And when the defense wins and gives up no yardage on a running play, that's something they can build on and carry themselves forward throughout the game.
Well, the elements, the crowd, the situation, this is NFL football at its best. Here's 3rd down. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. T.J. Watt able to record his 5th sack of the season. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And they've got a 4th down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for. The Browns send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return, and they will take over 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, they can smell victory, partner. They can see it on the horizon, but certainly we're not done yet here. Defense still has 3 timeouts, and obviously this is a very slim lead they're holding on to.
And let's face it, the easiest way to get this done, challenge your ground game. Challenge your offensive line, your tight ends, your receivers. Anyone who's going to lay down a block, don't let there be penetration because they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and maybe bring extra people to the ball. If you can do that, make them burn their timeouts, run out the clock, life will be good. But if you really want to gamble a little bit, A quick play action, quick throw, might be able to get it done. Just make sure it's not incomplete and stop the clock.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone that's the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, it'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the 4th. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Second and 7. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They need 18 yards here on 3rd down. Here's Cunningham. Complete to Washington. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now Cunningham. Throw left side taken in by Washington. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line. Now a 1st down throw. Cunningham flush to his right. That is intercepted. Picked up by DeMonte Kazin. And the Browns are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. One last throw here for Watson. And that throw behind his man. He missed him, incomplete. So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you've got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. Just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively, and tackle someone.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner. Although on that last play they were so backed up, it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it, because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded, because we've seen the improbable before. A couple of laterals, maybe some poor defense on the back end. They might have gone all the way to the end zone. In this case, though, it didn't happen. Perhaps next time.
So for the Steelers, it's a win that might keep them alive in the playoff race as they're back to 500 at 5.